welcome back to my channel where I make videos about tech, unboxing, product reviews, and events. And for today's video is another study with me session studying Python. So if you're interested and also learning Python as well, please keep on watching, and without further ado, let's get started with the video. So today is January 18, 2021, a Monday, and it's my third week of studying Python. This is the third week of study session studying Python, and unfortunately this week has been really stressful and really busy for me that I wasn't able to study as much as I could, but I was able to at least finish a chapter of my book and at least to do some exercises on my online course as well. And I also took one day break from all the stress. I just relaxed and rested and just try to clear my mind from all of the exhaustion that I experienced this week. And I think that is okay when you are studying. I think that's okay to take breaks as much as you need it and to have a clear mind instead of trying to force yourself to study and finish a book or finish the course, because at the end of the day you're not gonna be able to absorb anything at all if you are just forcing yourself, if you feel so stressed. So I think that is okay to at least rest and just clear your mind and be able to relax, because it is better to study if you feel motivated, if you feel rested. So just an update on what I learned the previous week. I have learned about abstraction. I have learned about creating functions and all the built-in functions that Python offers. And for this week I have learned more about abstraction, but this time it's about objects. So I have learned about object-oriented programming for this week, and I finished a chapter about it, and I think this is a huge topic if you are learning software. I think this is one of the foundations when you are trying to program and trying to create and build a software. And I think it is really important to learn this concept, because if you learn how this concept is applied, you will be able to use whatever programming language that you want to use. Although in the beginning, if you're just learning it, it's really a huge topic to absorb and wrap your head around to, because it talks about the topics and the concepts that you are probably not familiar with. So this week for this chapter in object-oriented programming, I learned about huge concepts and topics such as polymorphism. I learned about encapsulation, classes and attributes, and inheritance. And at the beginning, I was really struggling with understanding polymorphism and encapsulation, because those are the stuff that I wasn't really familiar about. And when you are just reading the topic, it wouldn't really come to you easily if you're not used to building software, or if you're not used to working with software. So you really have to do more reading about this until you understand. And again, I'm not gonna dive deeper into these topics and concepts, because I myself can probably even explain it to you guys, because I'm still learning it. So I think the trick to really understanding the advanced topics such as object-oriented programming is to really do it yourself. I mean, make your own objects, do a lot of exercises on objects and classes, because once you're doing it, you can see how everything works in the code. Okay, so now let's get started with studying, and I am gonna do the practice exercises and coding in my online course in Udemy for more practice on object-oriented programming before I continue reading the chapters on my book. Okay, so in my hands-on exercises here in the online course, I'm learning about scoping and the order of the variables that Python is readings. And I learned that Python is using the LEGB rule, which stands for local, enclosed, global, and built-in. And this is the order that Python is going to look for in a variable. If you have different variables that are the same but are in different places and areas in your program. So this is an example of what I have been working today for the coding exercise. So this is just a very simple game that just shows you how to work on functions, create your own functions, and string them up together to form a game that asks a user for an input and then updates the current input and ask the user if they want to play it again. So in this exercise, I have learned on how to display information, just like it's showing here what the current list is, then accepting user input, and also validating the user input if it is within the given range that I wanted, or if it's the correct type of what I wanted them to enter. For example, if I wanted the user to just input integers, I should check that they should only be allowed to enter integers and not strings. And if I got the correct input, I also learned on how to update the current information and display what is the updated information. Okay, so I think I'm just stopping here where I have finished the coding exercises, and I'm just gonna continue what I haven't finished and the remaining of the topics in my online course this coming week, because I have been really exhausted and stressed this week. So I hope to catch up on everything that I'm supposed to finish this coming week and give you more updates on what I have learned. Good luck to all of us who are trying to study and become engineers someday. I hope that we could really achieve the goals, especially this year. And let's just not give up and work harder and hustle harder and dream bigger. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you on my next video.